I had no idea the violent response I got from my father, and all I wanted was my dad to love me, and now he's calling me an idiot. And now he's telling me I'm as crazy as my brother. I grew up in Passaic, New Jersey, in a conservative family. We went to synagogue every week. It was the center of our lives. My parents were in the choir. My mom and dad sang. And it was pretty much our whole world was the synagogue. I didn't know what happened. When my brother came back, he was in and out of the hospital, and it was like it was not him. And I had no framework to understand it. It scared the crap out of me. And he had, at times, what seemed like superhuman strength. And I wondered if I would ever get my brother back, the brother I knew and loved. We were very close, and I was deeply, deeply afraid that I had lost my brother. I came home from Hofstra, walked into the kitchen. Here I see my pretty observant Jewish brother sitting at the kitchen table telling my mother about Jesus, and I was like, you know, adding to what I thought was already abnormal. Now my brother's sitting at the table telling my mother about Jesus, and I was horrified. I just didn't know what to think of it. I was so afraid of what had happened to my brother, and now the confusion of adding Jesus to it. But over the next few weeks, I could see that the stories he was telling me were supernatural, that this monstrous thing that was taking over his life was gone. And it was a God thing. And it was so apparent to me that this was a God thing that I said in the core of my being, I can't even explain what that means. Just deep, deep, deep inside of me, I said, whatever this is, I have to have it. I have to know how this, I have to know the source of what saved him from this monstrous life he was living. I had to have it for myself. My brother was looking for help. He went to have friends who were going to some kind of a meeting, and it turned out to be a black Pentecostal church. And they ended up praying for him. He was healed. And all of this nightmare was gone. So I went down to Philadelphia because I wanted what my brother had. And I did say yes to this. I said, I want to know God the way you know God. And I came home excited about it, and I told my family. It didn't make my family happy. Everybody was angry. The pressure between the divorce and the pressure with my brother's, what looked like an illness, adding Jesus to it. Now my dad rejecting me brand new all over again because I said I believed, and he pretty much cursed me out. It was more than I could take, and I just said, I'm done. My girlfriend and I, we've been running from God for 3 years. We're planning to get married. We wanted nothing to do with God. We didn't even want God mentioned in the wedding. And we went to a coffee house ministry because there was food. And then it got uncomfortable when this guy named Pastor Gary started talking to us about Jesus. And we just wanted to leave, and we said, we're sorry, but we got to go. And he asked me, what are you so afraid of? And I said, I'm saving him for last, I guess. But I'm afraid if I ask him, he's not going to respond. So today, 40 years later from that incredible decision between coming to truly believe in Ieshua together, my wife and I got married 2 weeks later, and it's been an incredible journey. We have pioneered a Messianic synagogue. We're part of this movement of making Ieshua relevant, and we made it relevant for our children. They all love God. We've made a Jewish home, and we've had a great marriage, which was my greatest fear of all, and my wife's greatest fear of all was, how do we ever have hope to have a happy marriage and happy children and grandchildren? And God has given us that more than we could have ever imagined. He not only healed my brother, he healed me, he healed my wife, and he gave us a beautiful family, and we've raised our family to love God with all their heart, soul, mind, and strength.